You're welcome to another module in this HTML5 course. In this module, we are going to be looking at basic text and some formattings we can give to it. So let's get started. So as usual, I'll have my web browser and text editor opened, and okay, so this is where we left off in the previous module. To start with, let's look at some ways we can show text. One of them is the headings. For example, okay, I want to adapt these the examples to relate a kind of food website. Let me assume for the meantime I'm making a food website, maybe a restaurant for a website for a restaurant. So let's call the name, let's change our title to welcome to let me call it Eater. The name is somehow, but if you have a better name you can suggest in the comments. Let's call it Eater for now. Welcome to Eater. We serve hot and fresh meals. Okay, it's not the best. So maybe in the body section, if I save and refresh, I have the title change. It's more customized. So in the body section, maybe I want to display this probably in a as the title of the page. So we have these headings tag. So the headings tag is they are in hierarchies, like, so for the topmost one is heading 1. So we have this heading 1. So this is heading 1. Note that this is H1 standing for heading 1 elements. So so this is going to be displayed as a heading. So let's view it. If we refresh, so you have heading 1. You can see that the text is bold and is large. So the next after this is heading 2. So let's just copy the heading. I think, oh sorry, I have to pause this. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, the lights went out and I have to light up. So for this heading 1 section, we can have another heading. This is going to be heading 2. I just want to show the various headings available. So when you look at it, you see that heading 1 is bolder, is bigger than heading 2. So, and they all have their use cases. So we have heading 3 up to heading 6. This is heading 3. Maybe I'll just put them all together. Heading 4. And then H5, this 5, and then H6, which is the last but not the least. So I have, so you can see that as the number increases, the sizes keeps getting down. So this is heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 1 is normally what you will use to display maybe the title of your page, or maybe your banner section. You want to use normally you want to use heading 1 to display that, and then subsections you can use other headings to display. So this is how we display headings on our web page. Now for this, back to our eaters website, so we can basically make a heading, one element for it, like this, and say welcome to eater. So let me assume that this is the home page of our website. So we are going to have something like this. So we have welcome to eater. So that's how we use headings. Now the next thing I want to just chip in is comments. Basically, comments are lines of code on your web page, not only on web page, on basically in programming, that we have a scripting languages, and then we have programming languages, the compiled ones. So basically, comments in your HTML are lines of code that the browser does not interpret. The browser does not display them. They are basically there to either to remind you or other developers that will be going through your code later of what the code is talking about. So the way we do comments is that we have a less than sign, and then a greater than sign, then 2 dash, and then the ending dash. So this is whatever you put here will not be interpreted. So I can say this is a comment. So when I save and refresh, you can see that it's not appearing in this on the web page. So it is hidden from others, but I can read it I can use it to hold some piece of information, but that does not mean that they are invisible. Somebody can still look at the comment. For example, if I view source, you right click and then go to view page source. So when you view the page source, you can see that the comment is right there. So that is not visible does not mean that someone cannot know that there is a comment there, so that you don't use it to save things like sensitive information. So that's that. So for now, I would like to use comments to put these headings, to conceal this heading from showing up in the browser. So I only want to have welcome to eater. So, and the reason why I'm covering it so that you will see it, and so if you see it, you can uncomment it. Headings. So the next thing that we can also display elements using paragraph, which we have said. Let's say we have a paragraph. We can say I am a paragraph. So this is going to be displayed as a paragraph. There are some few things I want to point out here anyways, that this HTML is white space insensitive. So let's say I put a lot of spaces here, so these spaces are not going to be, you can see it's not seeing these spaces. So that means we can really create spaces in our HTML5 and it will not be displayed by the web browser. So we have a basic page. So basically what we may want to do is, let me comment this as well, and then create a paragraph that suits this. So we have you can say eater is a food restaurant serving the local community of author. So we can put it that way. Okay, we make hot and fresh pap with akara. So this is it. So when I save and refresh, so I have my paragraph showing up there. I have welcome to Ether and the paragraph showing up there. So the next thing I want to show is sometimes we only want to add formattings to our text. For example, we usually may want to add some format. We want to make some text to be in bold. So we have the bold tag, so I can put this Ether. Maybe I want it to be in bold, so I have this bold. We have the bold tag, so when I wrap it there, sorry, this is B. Alright guys, sorry about it. So we have the bold tag there, and then maybe I want to add italicize some text, so we can also add some format into it. Okay, let me say I want to italicize this, so we have the I tag, the italic tag. So you wrap it. This is where I talked about nesting. We can put you can mix up the elements inside one another. All you have to be sure is that once you start any one, you close it up before you commence another one. So we have this italic tag. When I save and refresh, you can see that this local is italicized. And then we have some other ones. There's the strong tag. Maybe I want to wrap this in strong. Strong is like bold, so I can wrap it in strong tag. So you can see that is appearing in bold. So another one is I can also choose to add a mark to it. We have the mark tag. Okay, let me mark this pap and akara. So we have the mark type, so you can see that it's highlighted the mark there. And then we also have just a bunch of them. We also have the subscript. So let's say I want to display H2O. I have a paragraph, and then I want to, let's say I'm doing something like okay, I will do one with chemistry, something that has to do with chemistry, and then I will do one with so let's say I want to show the chemical formula for water. So I display that. So I'm having H2O, but this 2 is supposed to go down. So we have this sub tag where we can put this as a subscript. So we put the 2 there, and then when we refresh, you see that the 2 has gone down. So that's a sub tag. And then let's say I I also want to display today's date, which is I think 25th. So when I put it like this, so this is what I get, but the th I need it to go up. So we have this superscript tag, which is sup for super, and then I can put my th in between. So in this way I have the th going up. So this is a subscript, this is a superscript. So I can also add emphasis. So I want to add emphasis on a text. Let's say I have these hot that I want to add emphasis on. So we have the em tag for emphasis, and so you can see that where is it, hot, you can see that it has emphasized it. And then we also have I think I've said the strong, and then the small. We have the small and big. So where would I use this? Okay, randomly, just for illustration purpose. So we can have small, okay, maybe fresh and with for a small token. So let's put it this way. We have our small tag, then we put our small there, and then we have our token. Let's make our token big. So you can see that the size of the token is a bit bigger than the other ones, and then you can see that the small size of the small there is a bit smaller relative to the other ones I've displayed before. So I think so. These are various ways we can add styles to it. Now let's say, for example, I want this H2O to go to the next line, just like carriage return. We have this BR tag. So after here I may want to put a BR tag. What this does is a break. It gives a break on it, because you notice that even if I put this on the next line, even if I put this on the next line and save and refresh, it is still there on the same line, but I need it to display on a separate line. So all I have to do is to put a break line there. So I have this BR tag, so you can see it has forced it to the next line. Another thing I may want to do is to add horizontal line. I want to add a horizontal line. Let's say after this I want to have, we have this HR for horizontal row. So you can put the closing forward slash, you can choose to omit it. So you can see it puts a line that goes across the web page there for me. So this is like a basic overview of the ways we can display text and then format them. So there's a bunch of this. Is just some few of them. You can also have, there's one that is delete. You want to show that something is deleted or cancelled. So we have food. So you can see that it has struck through that that text there. So these are the various ways we can display text. Just before we wrap up, apart from the text that we've displayed, we can also put in some attributes. For example, I can pass an attribute to these. Remember, we said that attributes helps to influence the display or the layout of the element. Let's say the color of this text, I would want to change the color of this text. Basically, this is what we will do using CSS, but we'll get to CSS later when we are through with this. But for now, we can use the style attributes. So we have this style attributes. So how it goes that you pass the attributes in the form of in the format of key value pairs that you want to pass to the element. So for this paragraph, I would want the color of the text. So color. Now notice the spelling. For those of us on this part of the word, you have we spell COLOUR, but this is COLO. This is the American pattern. So we can pass red, and then to close that off. Some of these features may not be available in your own. This display here is not a requirement. The most important thing is that there is red there and it's showing red. So this may not be available if you are if you are not using this particular text editor, and it's not a requirement. So if you can see that it has changed, the text are all displayed in red. There are some other styles you may want to pass across. Maybe you may want, okay, let's say we want the text to be black, and then maybe the background color, sorry, that's a typo. You can say background dash color and then colon, the value of the color I want. Maybe let me put white, and then end that. So when I save, what's happening? Sorry. Am I breaking anything? Sorry. I want background of black, and color of white, so that we can see what we are doing. Wonder is not showing up. So you can see that shows up there. So there are other style properties you can pass across, and as we continue we keep exploring them. So you can see that it has given the paragraph the background of black and then a text color of white. So that's it. We've talked about the headings element, and then the paragraph element, and some attributes or other formatting elements we can apply to our document. So I'll see you in the next module, and if you have any question, please do let us know in the comments and also in the platform, and we'll do our best to respond to the questions. And if you like this video, which I hope you do, you just give it a thumbs up so that others can also find it. Thank you so much for staying with us.